We made it. Final stretch, last days. We are moving from Idaho to Cali. Help me pack. We have packed up everything and we are moving across 2 states from Idaho back to California. And there are so many lessons that we have learned. If you have ever been in a season of transition, asking God to speak to you about a big decision coming up, you want to discern His voice amidst the crowd of opinions in your life, if you're confused on calling or what is next, any of those experiences, this video is for you. We have learned so many lessons about obedience, about seeking peace and feeling calm and clarity in our decision making, asking mentors and leaders, wise counsel, so many things we have learned. And if you've ever had to make a big decision and maybe you're lacking clarity, you're unsure of what's next, you're asking the right mentors and people in your life, and you just don't know how to discern God's voice, this video is for you. We're gonna share some tips on what we learned, the ways that God spoke to us and brought clarity, how to tune out the opinions of other people, and find God's calling and God's voice for you specifically. If you have any season coming up where you're making a big decision, absolutely, this video is for you. So I hope you enjoy and learn something from this video and that it speaks to you on seasons of change and transition. So let's pack this house. Are you tired? You may be someone that listens to really loud voices. People who communicate loud with a ton of passion, easy to listen to. I think God over time has spoken loudly to us as a family, but in particular with this transition, maybe your transition, you discerning an upcoming decision, God's voice can often be subtle. God's voice can be subtle and not loud, but it's still worth trusting. Secret for us in all of our decision making, every time we have moved, every time we are trying to discern the voice of God, and I want you to try this, we have fasted. There's a small verse in the Bible where Jesus is talking to his disciples about why they couldn't free somebody from demon possession. And he says, some things demand prayer and fasting. We have found for a big tectonic shift in our family, moving from one state to the other. Maybe for you, it's a job or leaving the job, a relationship, a big moment in your life. Some of those things demand prayer and fasting. Just start with one day of fasting food and offering those times of when you would eat a meal to the Lord. And I want to encourage you with that. We're packing more today. We're wrapping up. Moving truck is coming and we are loading up for our move. I'm just reminded that God can speak in a whisper, but also as we lean into obedience with prayer and fasting, that voice grows in volume. It's like sound canceling headphones and you take them off. It's pretty cool. Another lesson learned in seasons of transition. So you need to have extra grace for yourself. That sounds very simple, but whether you're married, single, roommates, you're seeking clarity about a life decision, transition, something like us, a move, maybe a relationship, should you be with someone, should you not? You need to have a lot of grace for yourself. There's gonna be moments that you feel like everything's chaotic, uncertain, there's good days, there's bad days, and if we don't have this extra bucket of grace, it becomes really difficult. You can have moments of feeling like something is a maybe or unsure, a yes and a no. Have grace on yourself in seasons of transition. That is a huge lesson that I have learned. Sometimes even when you are praying and fasting, whatever you want to call it, the enemy, life, circumstances, I would call it the enemy, comes at you and tries to distract you, deter you, and make you feel like you're not hearing the voice of God, or bring extra chaotic things in your life. And you need to hold fast, stand firm, prioritize your rhythms and routines with the Lord, and have extra grace for yourself, especially in seasons of transition. Yo! This is the keys to our new house. Look, do you hear him? You ready to go?
Daddy.
Yeah, should we see what's in there? Let's see if we can open it. You want to try and open it?
I can do it.
Another lesson I have learned with moving is to not be afraid to rely on support and help and make things as easy as possible. We hired movers who are taking care of the entire move for us. Our family, my in-laws, are coming out to help us with the drive, the 10-hour drive from Idaho to California. So sometimes you need support. Like, a support system is helpful. You don't have to be the hero and do everything on your own, make the decision by yourself and just say, we're gonna do this. I've done that before and it doesn't go well. It's lonely. You don't get to celebrate it with anybody and you kind of burn out. I don't want to be sick in 5 days because I said I can load this truck by myself and do this move by myself. So another tip when you are entering a season of transition is strategically, with discernment, of course, welcome people into your process who are safe. So that's a tip for you as well. Rely on other people. Don't do this alone. You don't live on an island. You're doing it all the way to the park, girlfriend. Okay, this park break from packing the truck is another lesson. When you're in a season of transition or making a decision, yeah, baby, someone put toilet paper at the park. It's called TPing. It's not great. When you're in a season of making a big decision or of transition or something like that, sometimes you are just so focused on thinking about it all the time, you don't give your mind any rest or any breaks. And sometimes you just have to let something sit for a minute. Give it just 24 hours where you're gonna say, the best of my ability, I'm not gonna be thinking about this, I'm not gonna be talking about it or journaling about it. Let me just take a break. Let it just sit for a minute. Let me live my life for a day or two and then come back to it. And I have found that time can bring a lot of clarity. My dad always used to say, when you're making a big decision, give it 24 hours before you actually make that decision, just so you're not doing it purely based on emotion. Same here, we're taking a break at the park just because we finished packing the truck. We have some final cleaning to do of the house. And this just allows us to breathe. You can enjoy the journey of making a decision and entering seasons of transition. And you just give your mind a break too. It's so helpful. So that is another lesson that I have found when you're in seasons like this. Good morning. It's time to go to our new house.
The big truck.
Our new house?
Yeah.
Mr. Grumpy. Hey, Mr. Grumpy. Should I tickle you? Should I tickle you, huh, mister? Another lesson that I have learned in a season of transition. When you're moving from one place to another or making a shift, whatever that looks like for you, I think it's important in the act of remembrance to think about, you're gonna hear my kids in the background, to think about all that God did in the past season. It's like the Israelites before they crossed the Jordan River. They took rocks and built up memorials and these monuments so that the next generations to come, I'm being interrupted by our dogs and kids, get something to remember all the things that God taught you. For us, He taught us so much about resilience, trusting Him, daily faith. When our son had his rare eye condition and we were in hospitals and treatments, He taught us so much. So we're getting something to remind us, what did God teach us in those hard moments and in the beautiful, faithful moments? You don't want to move into the new thing too quick without reflecting on the old thing. So take some time, buy an art print, a plant, take some rocks, get something to remember so when you move to the new place, you can look at it and say, remember what God did in that old place? Let's continue to be those faithful people, trusting Him. If He got us through then, He can get us through now. So take something to remember the older season, old relationship, old place before you move into the new thing. Daisy. Dreaming did it. Comes true. The best road trip snack. Goated. Just goated. You get a big bag of Chex Mix and then a bag of peanut M&Ms. Pour the peanut M&Ms in this, shake it up. You got that absolutely insane mix of Chex Mix and wheat M&Ms. You got that salty, you got the M&M and the chocolate in there, just money. That's another lesson about transition, okay? Get things you enjoy. It's a stressful time.
You're gonna smile at this. Key. You're gonna smile at this.
Jesus, thank you. Hold on, I want to record you. You ready? How old are you? Really quick, I want to see you come close, and then I'll turn it off. I don't want to miss it.
Through it all, summer, winter, spring, the wave of...
Obedience often looks like chaos at first, but then peace really catches up. And a season of transition can look and start in boxes, but end up actually in blessings.